Hi, this is Charles Hoskinson broadcasting live from warm, sunny Colorado. Quick video today, just give you a brief update about the upcoming release. So we have Daedalus version 2.2 coming out with Smash and coming out with the new node version 1.19. After talking to QA, DevOps, and the rest of the gang, it looks like there are very significant performance improvements. Some aspects of the software 100 times faster. And QA is reporting that everything looks pretty good so far. So there's still some formalities and some last minute checks that need to be done. But if there's nothing discovered today, all things knock on wood, we should be looking at a Thursday release, general release for all users, Mac, Linux, and Windows. So anyway, look for that tomorrow. Go to the Daedalus Wallet website. You should get an update notification as well in Daedalus itself. And this will be a massive performance improvement, some cases 100 times faster than the old node. It just depends on what operation you're performing. So sync speeds have been improved, chain validation and revalidation have been improved, improvements with the open closing of database. So a lot of issues that people are having over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks about Daedalus being very heavy in the Shelley era have been resolved in this new node release. So we'll keep working on performance, of course, and I'm sure there's some edge cases that can continue to be smoothed out. But I'm very proud of the team. In an incredibly short period of time, they've been able to make rather significant optimizations to the software, and we've managed to polish things a bit more. There's more work to do, especially on the wallet backend. And of course, the next node release coming in a few weeks will have even more improvements and more features and functionality. So we'll just continue the August march, and we're over halfway through everything. And we're a little ahead of schedule in certain things and on schedule with other things in terms of all of the post-launch remediation. Of the 15 top exchanges, just Bittrex and LA Coin are still in the red. Still a lot more work to do on certain things, mostly optimizations and improvements. And we're, of course, working directly with those exchanges to get things where they need to be. And 24/7, we're available. They send us logs. We look at them, we parse them, and we've made a lot of improvements over the last 2 weeks that have been requested from the exchanges. And so, of course, this is a process. It's a back and forth. It's iterative development. But we're getting where we need to go. Most exchanges are in the green, and certainly all the exchanges should be in the green if they care to be within the next few weeks, worst case scenario. But I'm optimistic that this week and next week, we should be able to resolve the last tail issues. And there's always tail issues, especially on legacy software. And we're working real hard with them to do that. So anyway, that's the update. Major node coming, improvement coming, version 1.19 and Daedalus 2.2. And that should be coming tomorrow unless there's a QA problem. But everything looks pretty good right now. And we're just bundling packaging. And we've run a lot of different QA scenarios. And it's a huge speed improvement for most use cases and most platforms. In some cases, 100 times faster than the old node, which is just amazing that they could do that in a 2-week time period. So kudos to the Node team, kudos to the DevOps guys, kudos to the Daedalus team and to the QA team and the Wallet backend team. They've done some great work over the last few weeks to get things where they need to be. And we've been digesting Shelley pretty well. And we're certainly learning a lot about Shelley as it is in market. Conversations are great with the stake pool operators. And as I mentioned, we're already collecting a lot of business and technical requirements for new features and functionality to make the staking business a bit easier and help smaller operators in particular get where they need to go. And I'm still beating the drum of new feature developments. So in addition to all this remediation, cleanup, and digestion, which is what we anticipated for August, we're really getting excited about September and getting things like the hardware wallet center and QR codes and these other features ready to go into Daedalus, which will massively improve security and portability of wallets. That's a big thing. We're also working very closely with a partner, ATIX, on getting multi-sig where it needs to be. There's a little bit more work on coordination servers and some ideas about the best approach for that to maximize decentralization and the use of the metadata transaction standard that we have that's coming online at the end of August. So we'll give you guys an update sometime in September on where we're at with multi-sig. But this is another high priority for us to get it where it needs to go. So it's going to be a busy month, September. A lot of new features, a lot of new things, and pretty proud of the team for being able to manage the Shelley release as well as they did. It was just a colossal effort to get it out, and it was a colossal effort to manage all the partners and get them where they need to go. And then finally, of course, to make the performance acceptable and push it through. There has been some discussion about a Cardano user experience index, or some numerical way of looking at releases and then making sure that we enforce discipline on standards for different stakeholder groups, whether they be enterprise or exchange or the consumer group. So we're right now talking with our benchmark teams and our QA teams and the Daedalus team in particular about creating a canonical set of benchmarks, because we have them, but they exist in components like the wallet backend and the node and Daedalus. It would be nice to have an end-to-end representation of user experience and say that certain things like opening a wallet, closing a wallet, syncing a chain, and so forth need to be at or below a certain threshold for releases. So that'll come. It's a high priority. It's just one of those things that, it's nice to have as we're building up to Shelley, but post Shelley, it's a requirement. And it's one of those refining requirements that I think polishes the software greatly. So little things like that are definitely to come in the coming months, and we'll write some blog posts and have some articles about it. But all things considered, everything's looking nice. I'm pretty happy with where we're at and how the release was done. And I'm pretty happy with how quickly we've been able to address problems that people have had. In the old days, 2017, 2018, because of the way the code was written, it could take 2 months or 3 months for a feature to come out. And it was an incredible effort to find a performance problem or a memory leak, a huge amount of labor. That was just bad code. Nowadays, we've been able to get 100x speed improvement in certain places in the software in 2 weeks and be able to performance profile rapidly. That's a testimony to the architecture. It's a testimony to software quality and to the engineers who are involved in this. And you just simply could not do this with an average C++ code base or Java code base or something like that. And the sophistication of our testing is going up. The sophistication of our ability to go from user feedback to new feature development is improving considerably. So if this is the trend, we're going to get so strong by the Q4, Q1 timeframe, where it's really going to be crazy to see how quickly things move in that direction. So I'm pretty happy about that. In any event, quick video. Enjoy the release tomorrow. Knock on wood. We might discover something today that delays that day or two, but doesn't look like that. It looks pretty good. And let us know what you guys think, and if you're seeing a substantial performance improvement and so forth. Cheers, everybody.